Good evening, good evening. Welcome to uppr90plus. My name is GB. I'm your host for this week's podcast. Hope everyone is doing well. And hope everyone was really excited for the week that you had and the upcoming week that we're going into now. Lots of things to discuss quickly. As you see, I have on my U.S. Open Cup Winter Championship T-shirt, jersey, representing my team here, man. So proud of these guys, man. Come through and won the final. Epic for the club, who I've supported since inception. And man, just really excited that they really played their hearts out to come through and win this cup. Why is it such a big deal? Well, first of all, as with any club, you're in to win trophies, and with those trophies are certain rewards. So for winning the U.S. Open Cup, why did we want to do that big time? $300,000 first of all goes to the club. That of course goes to the youth programs if you wish, or any kind of updates that you wish to do technology wise, maybe towards any kind of club, on field, the staff, maybe some bonuses for them as well. And then of course for future development of players. That's money that's in house, that is tournament money that wins, and of course the players getting a bonus as well. Part two, it now puts us into the Champions League for CONCACAF. CONCACAF, if you don't know, is our region. That's North America, South America, Central America, and the West Indies. That's known as CONCACAF, are the initials. So we now go to Champions League. I know you heard Champions League for Europe, but every single region has a Champions League. Asia has a Champions League. As you see, CONCACAF has a Champions League. Europe has a Champions League. So it's going to be exciting the beginning of next season to really watch these guys as they start the qualifying rounds. And before the season even starts, is going to be their rounds to play. So really excited about that. Really excited about that. So again, congrats Orlando City. Well done and well played as well. So let's talk about what you've done. Did you watch any training videos this week? Of course, you might have caught the final game. So what did you watch any training videos at all? What did you do? Would you just sit back on the couch and do nothing and just relax and rest the body? That's always a good thing too. That's always a good thing too. And did you train? How often did you train at all? Did you kick a ball? What specifically did you do to affect the game for your team as well? All right. So we're going to get into this evening's topic. This is going to be talking about not central defenders. I apologize. That was the last couple of weeks here. We had some great hosts. I want to thank everyone that has come on as well. As far as the central defenders, I do have another special central defender as well that will be coming on. I'll be having that update coming to you soon, and be dropping that podcast as well. One more special central defender to wrap up that series. So the next series I'm going into now is the outside defenders. And outside defenders have a very unique position as well, as is the central defenders. As an outside defender, you have a lot of territory to take up. People don't really think about that. They just think that, you just stay outside the pitch, on the outside line, sidelines. You really don't come in. You really don't have to take up space or cover for folks and take up different positions. Your whole job is just stay outside. That's really not the case. The outside defender is a very pivotal position. As they have to mark a man normally, would be the case. Besides marking space, of course, anywhere on the pitch you're doing both. But there's a couple other key elements to this position that I just wanted to point out. Nowadays they call them wingbacks, right? Whereas they attack up the pitch as well as track back to really defend anything that comes into play. Back in my day, we were just defenders. The wingback, we were naturally attacking players. We really didn't have a specific name. The teams that I played on, we always attacked. That was the name of our game. Whether I played defense or I played on the front lines or I played in the midfield, wherever it was, the teams that I played on, it was all about attacking. So nowadays they're kind of making a specific roles as far as calling it a wing back, and if they switch to a middle three, which is a central defender and two outside defenders, you normally don't see those outside defenders really attacking much because you do have the outside wing back that is going through and doing that job. But back in my day, when it was three in the back, we attacked as well. We were that confident in our skill set to help when it was time to attack, to help as often as you can, and also to track back and shut down anything that was going on. All right. So as an outside defender, you are the last line of defense for the center of the pitch, as well as you're the last line of defense for the outside of the pitch. You're helping the center defender as well as they're helping you as well. So that's why I stayed here, last line of defense for that particular area. So, doing this with the central defender and the central defense out to the sideline is really what you're going to be looking at. So from the middle of the pitch, center of the pitch, to the sideline, that is normally the area that you'll be in as an outside defender. Now, this particular area, of course, is key because you are marking a specific person. You might be marking two people sometime, but normally you're marking one person to shut them down, right? That is your whole key to being an outside defender. Shutting down whoever is attacking towards you, shutting down anything that's overlapping runs, and then, of course, helping your central defense. And the goal should always be between you and your opponent. So you always want to have your back towards the goal. Yes, your head is swiveling in directions, but you should never be facing the goal while someone is attacking you. You should always keep them away from your goal and to the sideline. That is your job to shut them down. If you're on the left side, then you normally would have a right-footed player that you're going against. Nowadays, they put a left-footed player on that side as they come inside as well. So whatever the effort that you're going to put forth there, of course, you talked about knowing the player that you're going against. Are they left-footed? Are they right-footed? Based off of that, now you know how to maneuver and do your body positioning to ensure that they're not going to get around you, first of all. And, them getting around you, of course, the question is, what side are you going to let them get around you on? Well, you have two sides to choose from because you're outside. So, yes, you have a central defender. Everyone's, push them to the center. No, you don't necessarily want to push them to the center. The sideline is also a defender as well. So you really want to force them as far wide as you can, right? When you're trying to defend the position that you're doing there. You may have to come inside your central defender if they are out of position. So that's another key point here to this the outside back. If the central defender has to go across the other side of the pitch, as to cover for, let's say, if you're the left defender, you have to cover for the right side. The central defender goes out. Of course, now you need to push inside. Now, guess what? You automatically become the central defender as well as the outside back. So now you need to change your mindset here. You now have to cover a half of the field, not just the outside of the 18-yard box out. You are now half of the pitch, right? So when you're looking at the pitch now, you're looking to see who's the danger person, which is always the first person that's coming towards you or the person with the ball. The person with the ball is on the right side. You need to be looking around to see who's making a run towards you, who's making a run towards the goal. And now you start to bark out to your players for marking up. You need to be locating who the danger person is and getting them marked as you were a central defender. So yes, you start off in positions on the pitch, but you suddenly realize now throughout the game as things maneuver around, players get out of position, so you have to take that up. Back to the fact, you need to know every position. We talked about this earlier. You have to know how to play every position to affect the game. You have to do this because you want to help your teammates. They want to have that confidence in you that if they do get out of position, they know, okay, GB's got my back, no problem. He's there. He knows what to do. Okay, so get that confidence in your head, and by doing that, that's studying the game. Okay, being fit, as we talked about before, and then knowing all the positions. Because if you know all the positions, you're ahead of the game, and that's the best way to affect the game, right? So again, we talked about forcing your opponent out wide, blocking their cross, and or taking the ball. That's all part of your job. You are there to shut that side of the pitch down, right? Nothing comes across. So a cross coming in, your job is to shut that down, block that cross from coming in, or like I stated, take the ball from the man, and guess what? Now you start the attack, right? Whether it's clearing the ball away if you're in danger, right? If that offender is pushing you now to the outside, sometimes you need to just clear the ball away and the defense then pushes up, right? If you can start the attack, what are you looking for? You're looking for a through ball to the forward or a quick 1-2 with the midfielder, as you're now the offender going down the pitch. All right, so all positions, learn those. Learn every position. That's the only way you can affect the game and be ahead of your opponent. And we've talked about studying the opponent before the matches, looking at who has the left foot, who has the right foot. Please do go back and read and listen to all those videos prior to. You really want to get that instilled into your brain as far as what to do, when to do it, how to do it. We talked about all of this. Please go back and check all the previous videos, and you can learn about all of the skill sets that's needed to become one of the players that really can affect the game for your team. Next, now we'll go on to you're going to be helping out your teammates by supporting them on defense and in attack. So now you're won the ball, as we just stated. Now you're in the attack. A best offense is sometimes a good defense, but a great defense is a great offense as well. If you're a team that is attacking and you're attack minded, well, the whole out of the game is to score more goals than them, right? So there we go. You always want to be on the front foot. Second, if you're on the front foot, you're now making the other team chase you instead of you chasing them. Okay, so what does that do? Sometimes that, maybe 20, 25 minutes of hard pushing might wear down another player, might wear down another team. Now here it comes the second half, 20 minutes left in the game, and you guys are starting to push again. You're going to really see that other team starting to deteriorate. They're going to be tired. All right, so back to attack. You're not just a defender. You are also an offender too. You go both ways. We talked about that before. You go both ways up and down the pitch, right? So you defend on one side, stop the ball, stop the cross, talking to your defenders, your keeper. Then you also spearhead the attack when you win it as well. Okay? So running the side of the field is your job. You run that side. You are the boss of that pitch on that side there, right? And tracking back is a must. You have to get back. So that means you need to be wise in thinking, when is the best time to attack? Okay? So if there's 2 or 3 men coming down at you and you win the ball, that's not the time to attack. You have to go and take on 3 players. That's not the best time to attack. You want to clear that ball, get your team up, and let's see what's going on. So just because you can attack, you need to choose when is the best time to do that, right? And that comes with knowing the game, knowing what's what. Because it's the opposite thought here. If there's 3 players coming at you, you win the ball. Now those 3 players are now defenders. Guess what now? If 2 extra players are marking you, what does that mean? That means that there's 2 other players in your team that are wide open. Put your head up, look around, see what's going on, and hit those passes and start the attack. You don't have to be the one to dribble to start the attack. Your first pass starts the attack. So win the ball, put your head up, see what's going on, right? And then you can start the attack for your team and affect the game tremendously. Now you should be looking around 360 degrees at all times to know where everyone is on the pitch. Okay, so it's back to strategizing, beginning of the game, talking up to your defenders throughout the game, seeing what's going on, and then you make those necessary changes if needed at halftime. So outside defenders, man, you guys are key, because the central defenders have to trust you. They have to know what you like to do. They need to know if you're going to push someone inside, outside, and you need to listen to them as well. When they tell you to push someone outside, you need to body position your way to push them outside, right? If they need to tell you watch the overlap, you need to be watching what's going on as well. So it's a lot of intricacies that are with this position, and it's very important. Not just the other ones aren't, but we're talking about outside backs today, right? The outside, the fullbacks, wingbacks, as they wish to call them, fullbacks, regardless of whatever the name is, you are an outside defender affecting the game, right? So, just to say a few things about that as well. Many times that defenders nowadays, normally sometimes they're a forward that is now playing a defense role, right? And I've seen that transition a lot lately in the game. And it's really fun to see how certain defenders started off as forwards or attacking midfielders and are now playing defense. Now they have the mindset of attacking, you know. So it's really neat to see how the game has transgressed throughout like that. So I see I'm in my new studio, all set up here finally, and hope you do like the backdrop. And looking forward to many more podcasts here in the future weeks. So we'll have on some outside defenders that will talk more about the position that they played. Always a teaching period first. I'd like to go ahead and get that out of the way, and then we do the interview with the upcoming players that have really done the sport well and done themselves well in the sport as well. And again, thank you for everything that you all are doing out there on the pitch and off the pitch, coaches, players. Man, you guys are doing some awesome things out there. I see a lot of videos and getting a lot of feedback from folks as well. So again, appreciate your time. Thank you for tuning in, as always. And this is GB from Upper 90 Plus, and go out there and affect the game.